Okay, you're live.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Behind the Chair Urban Alchemy edition. My name is Cator. You can follow me on Instagram and everywhere else. All things Urban Alchemy, and today we are focusing on Prescription Blonde. We have violet toning drops, which are incredible and can be customized in strength and whatever you mix them in with. And I'm super excited to show you all of those things. So I have a mannequin head, my Sophia, who I've already pre-toned. So I wanted to use to see kind of like what we're going for today and to get that really like icy look, or again, however you want to customize it. And then I also have Ingrid, who is brand new out of the box, so you can definitely see a tonal difference. And I'm going to show you how Prescription Blonde helps me achieve the more icy look versus the out of the box blonde on my mannequin head. And then if we have time, I'm also going to do it on a set of Bellamy Extensions. So if you have any questions as we go, please feel free. I can answer as I demo. And I'm super glad you're here. I hope you learn a lot. And anything that you need, we're here for that also. All of Urban Alchemy's products are available through Cosmoprof, so you can order there, order through your rep, or however it is easiest for you to get your hands on Cosmo products. So this is our start. This is our before. Her hair is gorgeous, of course, because it's a pivot head model, but it's just, everybody is going for that more icy violet toned blonde, and a lot of my clients ask for it, and so I always like to give them the options that they want and need. It helps me more successful behind the chair. And I also like to use my mannequins as demo in the salon, because I can say, like, this is kind of what your hair looks like. This is what we mean when we say brassy. And our goal is to take a lot of that brass and warmth out of the hair. But if it's, in this case, we can customize how much violet actually goes into the hair and everything else. So if you cannot see very well, please let us know in the comments so that I can adjust. But hopefully you can see her super pretty face and all of her glorious hair. And again, just to show you our goal, I like to tone to where it is more icy white and less brassy. And she is currently pretty golden. She's gorgeous, but just not what my clients typically go for. I also use mannequins for styling, since I do a lot of wedding styling. And typically the more icy ones just get a better result. So has anybody used any of the Urban Alchemy products before, specifically Prescription Blonde, or are we all new to the brand? It's new in the United States. It's a Germany-based brand. So I feel like a lot of people haven't gotten to try it. So I feel very fortunate that I have, because I love to talk about it, but just curious so I can get a baseline of who I'm talking to today. If Kristen is in the audience, I am very specifically going to chat with you about things today that we talked about yesterday when you reached out on Instagram. So I just used warm water just to saturate her hair. Again, she's brand new out of the box, so I really want to get the gunk off of her hair from all of the treatments that she's already gone through. So other than Prescription Blonde, this is by far one of my most favorite Urban Alchemy products. This is the Salt Scrub Cleanse. So it basically is an exfoliator for the hair and the scalp, but it is not damaging. It's not going to strip the cuticle of anything. It's just going to get in there and exfoliate. So just a nice kind of lather. And then my clients also love this because it just feels really good. It's like a massage treatment for their hair. And they always, always comment about how amazing their hair feels afterwards. So especially after a color service, this is one of my favorites to use. So as you can see, it makes like a really nice lather without having to scrub. You can definitely scrub with this, especially on your clients that like that good scrub. I know I do. But because it is a scrub by nature, it's a physical scrub, you don't have to scrub. It'll just do that for you. So really saturate the hair. we're stylists, we know how to wash hair. I totally know that, but I do like to remind, especially on, you know, like post-chemical hair or hair out of the box, depending on who you're prepping, you just want to make sure you get all the hair so that it tones evenly and nicely. And just a general rinse out. Nothing fancy or special, except for the fact that we just exfoliated her hair, which gets it ready for anything else. So typically when I'm doing a blonde service, I will put the highlights in, of course, let them process. And then before I tone, I'll use this cleanser because it just sets me up for success. And again, my clients absolutely love how it feels. I've even had them like reach back and feel their hair as I'm washing it with that scrub because they can literally tell a difference just in the bowl. And I say things like, have you ever felt your hair feel like this? And they're all like, I've never actually felt my hair like this. And I'm like, wonderful, that's the salt scrub cleanse. It is safe to use once a week. So it's also a take-home item. Pretty much everything that Urban Alchemy has is safe for retail, going home with your clients. There are a few professional-only products, but I love that it's a usable line. It's one of those like, hey, this is exactly what we did in the salon. Now you can take it home and continue with your amazing results at home. So, of course, depending on your client's hair, you can definitely condition if you feel like that is something that you need to do before you apply toner. You know your clients best. Continue doing what you're doing with them because they trust you for a reason. But then when it's time for toner, I feel like this is a completely different way to tone just because, one, it's customizable, like I keep saying. That is just amazing that you can adjust the strength of the product based on what your clients need and what your goals are. So I already have pre-mixed, or it's not mixed, it's just in here, the Urban Alchemy mask, which in our line is technically step 2. So when using the mask, you would shampoo first, then mask, then condition. It's basically the concept of when your cuticle is most open, and again, we just exfoliated, the mask is going to be able to penetrate the deepest at this point, and then the conditioner is going to seal the cuticle so that everything you just did is locked in. So I have the base in here, and then I have the violet toning drops. So they look like this. Again, this is something safe to take home for your clients, so you can add this to any product. And by any product, I mean if people are just crazy nuts for purple things, you can make a purple shampoo. You can make a purple conditioner. In this case, we're going to make a purple mask because we were specifically toning her. So generally, you want to use 2 to 8 drops of purple per 10 milliliters of base product, whether that's, again, shampoo, mask, conditioner. I have 100% absolutely added these violet toning drops to my actual toner, my chemical toner, and it enhances the work of that toner. So personally, I use Kenra Color. I tend to tone with Demi. Primarily, that's actually all that I do. So I'll mix up, you know, 10A or 10V or however it is, and use that, and then add violet toning drops to the formula so that you just get an extra boost of violet for those that want or need it. A lot of people, I feel like, can be resistant to violet tones for 100 reasons, and it's just a direct pigment, so it goes right on the hair. It does what it needs to do as soon as you put it there, and then it works. All of Urban Alchemy's products are vegan, which I love. Nothing is of animal origin, so it's completely plant-based. The violet toning drops also have vitamin B5. I'm going to save that section for later on purpose. And this is one of those things, like, because I'm prepping this hair, this does not have to get like a full saturation. It definitely can, but I have worked with this product enough to know that it doesn't have to be section by section. If that's your goal, if that's what you're doing with your client, then obviously most definitely do that. But I am simply trying to just get the brass out of her hair so that I can begin working with it for styling updos. This product moves really, really well, meaning that you don't need a lot of it. She has a lot of hair, and again, I know the hair that I'm working with, mannequin hair, is typically more coarse. So I just want to make sure that I'm getting all of her hair nicely covered, but not as strict as a section by section application. So you can see all of the blue in there. Now, if you're working with this and you're like, no, that's not going to be enough violet, then you just add more drops. Just add it until you're satisfied. And you can see, like, as I'm emulsifying this product in, like, it doesn't look as purple as it did, so it's definitely not something scary to use. If you use the violet toning drops direct onto the hair, I am not exaggerating when I tell you your client's skin will turn purple. Slash their hair, but we wash their hair here, not their face, so just be aware of that. All right, so I'm saving this front section for a reason. The other really cool thing that you can do with Urban Alchemy is customize what type of treatment they're getting every time they're in the salon and or anytime they're doing a treatment at home, shampoo, mask, conditioner, etc. So typically we hear that violet toning drops are, or not the drops, but like violet treatments in general are drying to the hair. So it is very important to me to not dry out my client's hair, as I'm sure it's also important for all of you. So in this case, I'm just going to do a little bit. This is basically one pipette of the Moisture Alchemy. You could also add in whatever else your client needs for their hair. There's scalp care, color lock, volume, hair stimulation, repair, hair density, and shine. So in this case, I just want to make sure that her hair is well moisturized. Just showing you the things that you can do. Putting this on the front part of the hair, you can see that without applying it with a brush, of course we're going to emulsify this, but it looks a little bit more violet going on that way. The only reason that I would say to at least use a brush is for reasons like this. Like fully saturated is different than splotchy. So you don't want your application to be splotchy, of course. Typically people really care about the front part of their hair, the money piece area. This is what they want to be brightest. So definitely take your time on this area. How are we doing so far? Any questions? Yeah.
Everyone's loving the products. We did have a question earlier wondering the best product for dry hair and dandruff.
Dry hair and dandruff. Is that specific to like blonding or just in general from Urban Alchemy? Like overall dry hair and dandruff?
Just generally from Urban Alchemy.
Okay, perfect. So we do have the Scalp Care Alchemy, which is made with aloe vera and a triphoto complex, which is basically a vegan way of saying calm and soothing. The aloe vera, of course, is a plant. That is really good for redness, burns. Of course, we all know that for, you know, skincare and all of that. And then as far as dandruff, we don't have anything that has like a chemical dandruff ingredient, like the Head and Shoulders, I'm blanking on it, benzoate, something like that. There's nothing specifically for that, but of course, dandruff is from a lot of things, of course, but, you know, overall healthy scalp. So if my client had dandruff, dry scalp, those kinds of things, I would definitely add some of the Scalp Care into their treatment. And of course, you're not going to do this with your client, but Ingrid doesn't mind to do that. Normally I would just have them lift, but you know how that goes. I tend to find that a lot of stylists neglect the under area, so maybe we should make our clients do this. Just kidding. But again, this is where a section by section application would benefit you, assuming that you want this area to be bright and not brassy. So this is lovely Ingrid. Doesn't she look fabulous? Ingrid and Sophie are my salon mascots, and so people come in and like ask how they're doing, and I'm totally not kidding. It's wonderful. Also, happy fall to everybody. Hooray, hooray. We are not doing pumpkin spice hair today. We are doing Elsa, two of my favorite things though. So again, I wanted to point out the fact that because I very much concentrated the violet around the hairline, I also added that Moisture Alchemy. I feel like you can definitely see, hopefully you can read it on camera, there's a difference even from here to here on how dense that hairline is, in the sense that the product is really taking here. She's probably, like all of us and houseplants, very dehydrated. So I definitely tend to take a lot of care in the front parts of the hairline, but that doesn't mean to, again, doesn't mean to neglect the others. So the other really cool thing about the violet toning drops is you can leave them on for however long you please. So if it's in a toner, of course, you just want to follow the instructions, whether you leave that for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, I don't know, 45 minutes, 2 hours, you forget about them, you got to go eat, just kidding. But you do want to leave it on for at least 5 minutes in my experience. Anything less than 5 minutes is sort of a gloss, which again, might be perfectly enough for your client. And so go based on that. But, oh, mannequins shed like crazy when they're brand new. All right, so just to recap, in case you haven't been with us for more than a few minutes, we started out prepping our model with the Sea Salt Scrub Cleanser, which exfoliates the hair and scalp and gets it ready for any other treatment, whether that's conditioner, another chemical, or anything else that you are doing with your client. And then we have mixed the Urban Alchemy base mask with violet toning drops, and we've applied that to the hair everywhere. And in the front specifically, we added the Moisture Alchemy in order to give her an extra boost of hydration. So for whoever asked the lovely question, just to show you, this is what scalp care looks like. So it's like this corally kind of color. All the alchemies have their own color. I don't really think it's something you need to memorize. Just knowing that they're different color helps me organize them, which is very nice. So another thing that I wanted to show you while she sits here and processes, the violet toning drops, how I said, like, you absolutely will stain your client's skin if you were to just like directly put the violet toning drops on their hair. It's not something you can't do. It's just, this is very, very, very intense. So this is one drop. A few weeks ago, I did an experiment with this single drop. And I dabbed it off after like 5 minutes, but I didn't like purposefully try to take it off until the end of the day. I went to the bathroom, of course, washed my hands with soap and water. My hands were in chemicals and bleach and all of these things, and my little drop did not go away. So they are just very, very, very intense, meaning that definitely the first time I used this, I probably over-purpled my client, but I have to experiment with things, and Urban Alchemy definitely encourages the stylist to break all the rules, go beyond the ordinary, do what you need to do for the best of your clients. And so I was like, yeah, sure, okay. And so I like just dumped the violet drops in my toner. That client was definitely like purpley silver for a long time. In her case, she really wanted that, so it was fine. But again, for some of your clients that might not need or want that, try to not overdo it. So I'm just showing you this. I will dab that off in a few minutes. After she's like kind of done processing, I'll just kind of rinse my hands too. And you can see that. And then again, just for comparison, I wanted to show you Sophie that I've already prepped her hair. Oops, I just got, oh, this will be really fun to show you later because I totally just got that violet drop streaks in her hair. This is our goal. We can definitely see that a lot of the brass is coming out of Ingrid's hair, which is lovely. Okay, well, I kind of ruined that experiment. However, you can see, you can literally, wait, maybe you can't, okay, you can see this is where I put the drop. This is what literally just touched my skin like 10 seconds ago, and it's already super, super pigmented.
So you did have a question, wondering how long you typically let the toning drops process.
Perfect. So I would say a minimum of 5 minutes, assuming that you're actually toning hair. If it's something where you want to gloss over it, you might only leave it on for like 2 or 3 minutes because it obviously is very strong. But you can leave it on up to the full time of your toner processing, which, I mean, in my experience, I've never left a toner on for more than 20 minutes, but it's not going to hurt the hair if it happens to stay on longer or anything else. Like if somebody just really wants that violet tone, technically you can leave it on as long as you need to, but 5 to 20 minutes is plenty. She's looking real good. The other really cool thing about this is that because we mixed this into the hair mask, you are just living your own life today, girlfriend. We are already dosing her hair with the Urban Alchemy bases, which are made with the Omni Signature Base Complex. Basically a bunch of vitamins, bunch of minerals, super good yumminess for the hair. There's nothing in here of animal origin. Everything is vegan. There are no sulfates, silicones, parabens, microplastics, literally nothing but goodness for the hair. It smells so clean and yummy. It's not overly fragrant, but it doesn't smell like crap. And again, my clients make comments all the time like, ooh, what is that? That smells delicious. And I'm like, ha ha ha, that's Urban Alchemy. Let's do more because I know you love it. So as far as clients for their take home, like I said before, everything pretty much you can retail to your clients other than there are like a very select few products that are for salon only. But you can sell the violet toning drops. They can add that to anything they want to at home. I wouldn't necessarily recommend adding it to like a spray just because you might get that like blotchy situation, but it is compatible with all base hair products, shampoo, conditioner, etc. I don't know, I feel like she's looking pretty good. I like it. So I am going to write here. Is there a question? Go ahead, sorry.
Sorry. We had a question from earlier wondering if the Urban Alchemy line is clean.
Yes! So there we go. It is totally clean, no animal origin, completely vegan, so all plant-based, ethically sourced, all of those lovely, lovely things that are important to us and our clients. This is one of those products where I'm like, it can't hurt you, so don't feel like you're overusing it. It's just wonderful. A little update on my dot friend. Very, very bold. So in this case, I typically tend to encourage stylists especially to add their product to a bowl and mix it, just because when you squirt the alchemies in your hands, like they run through your fingers, and I don't want you to waste anything, but I'm specifically showing you the violet toning drops, which are a little bit thicker. So this is the Urban Alchemy Base Shampoo. So we did the sea salt scrub cleanse, and then we did the mask, mostly by itself with the violet toning drops, and then a little bit with the Moisture Alchemy. And then you don't have to do this. I'm just showing you the versatility of the product. So you can add it right to the shampoo. You can see how they stay right there. They're not like running through my hands. And then from our question earlier, let's just do a little bit of scalp care. I'm sure Ingrid has gone through a lot. She's had a rough day. She's a little itchy. It's allergy season. All of those things. And you can, this is why I say a bowl, because this part is very, very runny. It makes them very easy to use, but not to like hold in your hand. And I'm just going to put that right over. You don't have to do this either. You can rinse and then wash again. You don't have to wash again. But since I'm prepping a mannequin, I just know Ingrid's hair. Did we find out, has anybody ever used Urban Alchemy, anything of theirs yet? Are we all newbies?
A lot of newbies, a lot of people excited to try.
Yay! So I am a stylist who is a very good consumer. I love to try everything. But I will say that I also love a really good deal. So hopefully everybody just took full advantage of the Cosmo Customer Appreciation Sale where we got a lovely discount off of our purchases. But for Urban Alchemy specifically, for the rest of September, all of the prescription care line, which is shampoo, mask, conditioner, all of the Alchemies, and then our lovely Violet Toning Drops that we are showcasing today. They are buy one, get one. I'm not sure that you'll find a better deal, but if you do, let me know so I can shout all about it. Oh, this is looking so good. I really hope y'all can see this. Oh, gorgeous. And her hair feels amazing. Woo. And then, if you happen to miss the sale through the end of September, which again is buy one, get one, in October, the Prescription Blonde Violet Toning Drops and just the drops are 40% off. So totally up to you how you want to do that. The Violet Toning Drops are included in both sales, but maybe you want to try the hair mask in Alchemy and the Violet Toning Drops, and then you love the Violet Toning Drops, and so then next month you go and get more of those. Definitely save a few bucks there. This product is also just like simply amazing for anybody that has naturally gray or white hair. Man, she is like really living a life today. She is just pure violet. So any of your clients that may be a little bit older, that have that like yellow tint to their hair, they have absolutely no interest in color, purple shampoo doesn't work for them, it dries them out too much or just doesn't do anything, etc., etc., etc. This would be a treatment that you can do in the salon. I would definitely use the Salt Scrub Cleanser first, just to exfoliate their hair and their scalp, get it prepped. And then kind of just how we did on Ingrid here, probably mixing the mask with some Violet Toning Drops. If you don't know their hair yet, I would start conservative on the drops, add as you please. And then if they're like, wow, that was so amazing, do I have to come to the salon every single month to get this treatment done? And you're like, I would love that because I love you, but no, you don't have to do that. Actually, what you can do is take this home. We can even add the purple Violet Toning Drops to your shampoo. You can take that home, you can take the mask home, and you can take the conditioner home. And then they have 3 Violet products that will help them with the longevity of their hair, or whatever combination in between. If they're like, I just want to do the mask like once a week with Violet Toning Drops. Okay, great. Let that work for them. And then see how it goes. Maybe they do come back and see you in a month and they're like, gosh, I really do love that, but I feel like my shampoo strips it away. Violet Toning Drops in the shampoo. And then again, like, you know, going into fall, winter seasons, if they feel like they're dry, you can do moisture. If they are getting a little itchy on their scalp, you know, those kinds of things. You can always customize the actual alchemy that goes into their product based on how their hair looks that day. So hopefully you are thorough stylists and really understand anybody's hair every time that they come in. Like, there's definitely consistencies with our clients, you know, like I know they have a ton of hair, or I know that I have to use 30 volume to lift them, or whatever it is. But hair definitely changes hormonally, environmentally. So every time you see these clients, something might be different, and you're like, okay, so, you know, the moisture worked really well for you last time. I feel like your hair has a good amount of moisture. Let's try the color lock this time. The other really fun thing about Urban Alchemy and all of the customization options that you have is that you can add to any product, shampoo, mask, conditioner, whatever, up to 3 different alchemies at one time. This is definitely a class focused on the Violet Toning Drops, and so I don't want to totally get into all the customizable options on this class, but definitely feel free to follow me on Instagram and ask me there. I feel like this product line can feel overwhelming if you're trying to do all of the everythings at one time. So, oh, it's just so good. So good. She looks like a natural blonde. And again, if you wanted to, like if we did this again, we're like, we want her to be more icy, et cetera, just add more violet. You can literally just do that. I definitely feel like that moisture alchemy around her hairline helped her a lot. She must have been really dehydrated. And now, knowing, I will add the moisture to her next time, any treatment that we do, because she really likes that for her hair. Ingrid is thriving today on the first day of fall. But yeah, definitely feel free to reach out on Instagram about all the customizing options that you can have with Urban Alchemy, and then if there's enough interest, we can always host another class. We are very thankful to Behind the Chair for hosting us today. We love these, so we can always go deeper. We can have a whole entire class just about one of the alchemies if that's what somebody really needed. I'm happy to do that. So without drying, I'll definitely dry her and post a picture and send it to the BTC team so we can have like an after shot of her hair. My other model that I showed you, my little Sophia, I did chemically tone her at one point with the violet toning drops, and so she is a little bit whiter. But I did want to show you that this is definitely possible right out the gate. I also wish that y'all could like blue skidoo through my phone and feel her hair because it is so soft. So soft. Definitely feel free to ask more questions. These are the Bellamy extensions that I was talking to you about earlier. I was just going to make like a little shampoo bath with violet toning drops as you guys ask questions if you'd like to do that. Otherwise, what else do we want to know? What else about the violet toning drops do you have questions about? Or Urban Alchemy in general?
We did have some new people on the live that were just wondering what the products you used were and how you used them.
Yeah. So I will start filling up my bowl for my extensions as I recap what I've done. So this is Ingrid. She is my lovely mannequin from Pivot Point. She started out a very, very brassy tone, and we toned her one time with a mask and then one time with the shampoo. So I prepped her hair using the Sea Salt Scrub Cleanse from Urban Alchemy, which looks like this. I think you can see that. It exfoliates the hair and the scalp without stripping anything from the cuticle or the membrane of the scalp. It just really preps the hair for any treatments that you would do thereafter. And then I used our violet toning drops in with our mask base in order to tone her hair. So that's pretty much what we did. We shampooed after, and I kind of showed how you can add alchemies and the violet toning drops to the shampoo. But we have definitely been focused on our drops today. Obviously, there's mannequin here and here, but we're about to do extensions. I'm not too worried about that. If anybody is used to using extensions, which of the alchemies do you think we should choose to add into our violet toning drops for this, for this demo? Should we do color lock, scalp care, moisture, hair density, shine, volume, or repair? Anybody? This is shampoo, but we can totally add alchemies as y'all suggest, up to 3. Anybody want to choose? There's still not a science guy up in here. Activate my shampoo. Anybody?
Somebody said moisture.
Beautiful. We love our moisture today. So just adding the violet toning drops directly in here. I only say that this is a gamble because there's like soap in here. However, I will show you how to view that before dunking extensions. Let's do moisture. There's tons of violet all over this. So we're going to take moisture. Is there anything else we want to add, or do we just want to do moisture?
We also had somebody say shine.
Gorgeous. Okay, so I'm going to add moisture to my mix. I use this one a lot, and I'm almost out of it, which is great. The hair density one, for anybody who is curious, I feel like a lot of clients need some extra love in the fine hair department, the hair stimulation is actually activated with biotin complex and caffeine, which is a lovely stimulant for the hair. So I'll try and show you without bubbles kind of what the color looks like right now. Kind of. It is deep. It is a deep violet, but it's not, in my opinion, like overpowering, but that's what you kind of need for extension. So I feel like this is a good purple tone. Hopefully you can see it like on my hand as it goes underwater, kind of that violet-y situation. And I'm sure y'all know, but with extensions, this can go from great to horrible very quickly. So my suggestion is to just do it slowly until you're satisfied, and then redo the process if it wasn't exactly what you hoped for. Oh, this is so pretty. This is a ponytail from Bellamy. It's just a gorgeous blonde. So kind of what I was saying, it's almost like a strand test, except this is a lot more money than a strand test. So the first dip, all right, we're looking good. Doesn't look scary, just kind of looks wet, which is a good thing. Sometimes if you've ever done this and you pull them out and you're like, whoops. So far we're good. So actually, I'm not seeing quite as much violet on the synthetic hair as I would prefer, so I'm going to add more toning drops. This is where the customization totally comes in handy. I'm actually getting low on this too, so I'm just going to go for it. And this is one of those things too, like if we were to just have done that and it was way too violet, then what I personally would do is just let some of the water out of the sink and then fill it back up with more water. You don't have to like waste your whole toning bath. There we go. That's looking real good. It's like an Ursula purple. Very, very, very pretty. Love me some spooky season. Love that it's fall. Let's hold this in here for about 10 seconds just to see, now that we're like not afraid of it. Oh yeah, much better. So now that I feel like we have a really good formula, I'm going to put, just kidding. I'm going to put everything in there except for the top of the ponytail. Just kind of work it in there. I feel like, again, everything's customizable. We are stylists, not, I don't know, chefs that follow a recipe like we were taught to cook, but now we get to make our own recipes because we're amazing. Urban Alchemy totally encourages that. Go beyond the ordinary, break the rules, do what you need to do for you and your clients, but do it in a healthy way and ways that benefit them every single time you see them, and not just like, well, this is the shampoo you've been using for 10 years, we're just going to keep going with it. That's boring, ain't nobody wants that. How are we doing? Any questions? Oh, so pretty, so soft. So, so, so soft. And then after this, because our class time is almost over, what I'll do with this is put some conditioner on it, rinse it all out, and then I'll dry this as well. So just one more time, again, my name is Cator. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me pretty much anywhere. I am here for you as an educator through Urban Alchemy. If you have any questions whatsoever, how to get your hands on the product, Kristen, if you're still with us, I have a whole thing to send you on how to keep Urban Alchemy in your salon and how to retail it back to guests. That was the question that I received yesterday on Instagram, and I promised that I would get the information for her. So I did. I will send that over to her directly. If anybody else wants that, just shoot me a message on Instagram. I'm happy to connect with you. If when you get the product you have any questions and you're using it and you're like, hey, like I tried this, what about this, blah, 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 happy to help anytime. Behind the chair with our hosts today, they have been lovely and amazing and very thorough in getting our class set up, which I'm very thankful for. And Urban Alchemy has been our sponsored host. This is looking so good. It just feels so good too. I hate when extensions feel like garbage. So I will finish up with this bath. And then be sure to follow Cosmoprof, get all of those deals that Urban Alchemy is having through the end of September and through October. Maybe we'll do a different demo with Behind the Chair next time just to get more customization out of the line, all those kinds of things. Nobody else has any questions. We will go ahead and end here. I'll post the afters here in a little bit when I dry them both. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Oh, this just like looks pretty. It's just so pretty. And I think we are all set. There we go. Thank you all for joining. I hope you have a lovely first day of fall. Enjoy the spooky season, everybody's favorite. Have a wonderful day. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for coming on today.